Having helped over 4,000 small businesses grow and counting, I can tell you one of the top reasons we've seen as to why businesses are stuck, not growing, or not turning a profit is because they don't have this one thing, and that's a sales funnel. I think a lot of people overcomplicate what a sales funnel is, making it really confusing sometimes, but let me simplify it for you. All a sales funnel really is a series of steps that take someone from stranger to customer. People call it a funnel because visually it can look like a funnel, capturing a wide audience at the top and then weeding unqualified people out as you go until you have the select few of qualified, high-value people exiting the bottom as customers. The reason it's important to have a funnel and the reason it makes all the difference for business owners is because statistically, there is one thing people need to have in order to buy from you, and that's trust. And in order to build trust in your brand, people need to have at least 7 touch points with your brand on average before they feel comfortable and confident enough to buy from you. Unfortunately, you can't just throw a Facebook ad up in front of someone one time and expect to get the sale. You need to be methodical in how you create multiple touch points with a customer to convert them, and this is where a sales funnel helps. A sales funnel lays out the exact steps you need your target audience to take to become customers. Now, your sales funnel will look a little different depending on the type of business you own. An e-commerce sales funnel will look different from a service-based sales funnel, and so on. So I'm going to share the exact sales funnels that we use for our clients from every industry that you can copy and paste to use for your own business and start getting sales. And in case you don't know, I'm Brandy with Life Marketing, the digital marketing agency with a mission to help small businesses grow. All right, so these are the 2 main sales funnels that we use for our clients. We have a service funnel and a product funnel. So if you're a service-based business like us, here are the steps that you'll want to take to move your audience from stranger to customer. And if you're an e-commerce store owner, feel free to use the timestamps below to jump to the next section. All right, so you'll deliver a targeted ad that speaks to your audience's pain points or goals and offers a solution to those pain points or goals with your lead magnet. They click on the ad and it takes them to your opt-in page where they can fill out a basic contact form to get the lead magnet. And by the way, if you don't have a lead magnet, don't know what that is, or don't know what lead magnet to create, don't worry, I will share what lead magnet we recommend using in just a second. Once the prospect completes your opt-in form, they're taken to the page that has the lead magnet on it, and then they're prompted to fill out your survey or application. The point of this step is to ask more in-depth questions to better qualify your leads. So some of you watching may need this, some may not. If you don't need to ask more in-depth questions, you can probably skip this step. But if so, this is a great time to qualify and weed out the unqualified. Then send the qualified leads and only the qualified leads to a calendar page to schedule a call with you. And then finally to a confirmation thank you page once they've scheduled that call. This way you're not bogging down your team's calendars with sales calls from bad leads who were never going to convert to begin with. Now let's circle back really quickly on what lead magnet to use. A lead magnet is just a piece of free content that is valuable to your target audience and related to what you sell. It's the thing that you promise in your ad that gives people incentive to give you their contact info for it. A lead magnet could be anything like a free ebook, a discount code, a free consultation, etc. But what we recommend is a VSL or a DSL as a lead magnet for service-based businesses. So let's talk really quickly about what a VSL is and what a DSL is. VSL just stands for video sales letter and DSL stands for deck sales letter. Both are pieces of content that provide a lot of value and education to your audience while also selling your services or products at the end. A VSL does it in a video format and a DSL does it in a slideshow format. So with a DSL, the goal is to have the prospect look at each slide one by one and then take the desired action. With a VSL, the goal is to have the prospect watch the whole video and then take the desired action. If you've already made a DSL, it's super easy to create a VSL from that material. All you have to do is record yourself speaking the information out loud. So we like to use a VSL for our clients when possible because videos tend to keep attention a little bit better than a slideshow does these days. So again, this is the service sales funnel that we've seen work time and time again for businesses across the board to effectively target the right audience, qualify them, and convert them into long-standing clients. Now let's look at the sales funnel we recommend for e-commerce store owners. This is our go-to product funnel. You target them with a product ad on Facebook and Instagram that sends that traffic to that product's corresponding product page. Then after a few moments, a pop-up with an opt-in form appears on the page while they're on it. Then later, after they've left your website, you then remind them of the items that they were looking at with automated abandoned cart text and emails. Then when they're headed to checkout, if you have an upsell, you can prompt them to add that upsell to cart during the checkout process as well. And then finally, once they do check out, send them to a confirmation page. So those are the two main sales funnels we use for our clients. Now, whether you use the service sales funnel or the product sales funnel, I should let you know that either way, there are three things in both that are super important to get right: the opt-in form, the thank you or confirmation pages, and your follow-up sequences. The tips I'm about to give you on those three things can make the difference in whether you generate a profit or not. So the opt-in form is what initially captures their information, right, and makes it possible for you to follow up with them throughout the rest of the funnel. If they don't fill that out, you don't have a lead. So your initial opt-in form needs to be pretty short, sweet, and easy to fill out. We typically recommend name, number, email, and maybe one custom qualifying question, something that could very clearly weed out unwanted leads. For instance, if you only service certain areas or certain industries, you could ask them what their zip code is or what industry their business operates in. This will at least let you know if they're still potentially a good lead or not, because if not, they can be booted out of your funnel immediately. You don't want to waste any time, labor, or resources nurturing leads who were never going to convert because they were a bad lead from the start. And for those of you that need to ask a lot more qualifying questions than that, that's what the survey or application step is for. You don't want to bombard your prospect with too many questions right out the gates in that first opt-in form, because it may deter them from completing the form at all. You also want to increase the rate of form completions as much as possible, and you do that by sending traffic to a high converting landing page where the opt-in form is the only thing to fill out or click on. A landing page is the best way to capture people's contact information because it doesn't allow them to get distracted and click somewhere else. A good landing page only has one call to action on it, and it's to fill out the opt-in form. That's the difference between a landing page and, let's say, a contact form on your website. Traffic sent to your website might look at your menu bar and start clicking around to other pages and ultimately get distracted and click off without taking any action. I like to think of a website like a house and a landing page like a hallway with one door. In the house, they can roam everywhere and maybe even walk out the front door and leave. But in a hallway with one door, there's only one way to go, and in this case, it's through that door to the opt-in form. So a landing page is the best way to acquire lead information, and if you stick around to the end, I'm going to tell you how you can easily get a high converting landing page customized to fit your branding and offerings, even if you have zero website experience. Now, the second thing we said that was important to get right was the thank you and confirmation pages. What's crucial here is to have your Facebook pixel installed on them so that the Facebook algorithm knows when someone has completed your opt-in form versus completed your application page versus scheduled a call with you. This way, after you've got some leads coming through, you can optimize your Facebook pixel for booked appointments. And don't worry, I'm going to explain exactly what that means. Once you have your landing pages and funnels set up so that only qualified leads are landing on your calendar page, you can then optimize your Facebook conversion event for appointments instead of just leads. So what do I mean by this? Let's say you tell Facebook, hey, I want to show my ad to women in this zip code with these 3 interests, and you run that as an engagement campaign. You then run an ad to the same exact audience in a sales campaign. The difference in each campaign is that in the engagement campaign, Facebook is going to show the ad to people within the selected audience who are most likely to engage, whereas in the sales campaign, Facebook is going to show the ad to people within the selected audience who are most likely to convert. So when it comes to maximizing the quality of leads that you're getting from Facebook, you want to optimize your conversion event for appointments instead of just leads. This allows the algorithm to show your ads to people who are likely to be qualified and booked, as opposed to people who are just likely to fill out your lead form and nothing further. So let me show you how to do this. You'll go to your Facebook Ads Manager and click on Events Manager, Custom Conversions, then Create Custom Conversion. You want to name it something you'll recognize like Booked Appointments. Make sure you have the right pixel selected. It should be the one that's installed on your website and landing pages. So again, if you don't have that installed, you will need to go do that first. Choose all URL traffic as your event, and then put in the URL of the thank you page people land on once they've scheduled an appointment. You can either do URL contains or URL equals. If you do equal, it needs to be the exact URL, then hit create. Then when you're setting up your ad in the ad set level, make make sure the same website pixel is selected and choose that custom conversion you just made as your custom conversion event. Again, this allows Facebook's algorithm to do some of the heavy lifting for you and finding people within your target audience who are most likely to book a call with you, not just fill out your form. The other thing you want to keep in mind with your thank you and confirmation pages is to add testimonials and case studies to them. A lot of business owners just think to put a little thank you message on there and nothing else, but adding testimonials and case studies increases appointment show rates like nothing else. It gives your audience that extra boost of confidence after they've booked the appointment to really show up for it, because now the last thing that they've seen is other people who are just like them that are happy and benefiting from your services. And the last thing we said you need to get right are your follow-up sequences and how you nurture leads. Because remember, we said on average a prospect needs to be interacted with 7 times before they buy from you. Most don't take the desired action you want them to on the first ask. This means that you need to not only follow up with prospects, but segment them so that you can follow up in personalized, relevant ways. Now, when you segment your audience, it's usually called a pipeline. A pipeline is a tool that keeps track of your leads and where they are in your current marketing funnel and sales process. So instead of just having one big pool of all leads, you can segment them to say, okay, these leads have opted in for the free training video, but they have not filled out our application page yet. Or these leads have filled out the application page, but have not scheduled a call yet. Then from there, you can launch specific automations for each audience segment or pipeline. And an automation is just a series of triggers and actions that you set up one time that are sent every time after that on your behalf based on the conditions that you've set. So for example, for the people who have filled out your application page but have not yet scheduled a call, you can set up an automated call series where they get texts and emails reminding them to schedule that call. The point is, if you're not following up and creating more touch points throughout the funnel with automations, the majority of your leads from the opt-in page are never going to make it to the signed proposal page, or if you're in e-commerce, the checkout. And remember, you're not manually sending each follow-up text or email yourself. You set up the automation once with instructions on what to send to who and when, and it sends on its own every time it's supposed to after that. As a result, automations save you so much time and are the most efficient way to nurture leads, maximize conversions, and scale. And don't forget to continue nurturing leads and customers even after you've gotten the sale. For service-based businesses, you want to maintain that relationship to keep their business and get referrals. And for e-commerce stores, you want to encourage as many repeat purchases as possible, as well as referrals. Now, I know we've covered a lot today, but I would be doing you a disservice if I told you about all these things you need in a sales funnel without telling you how to execute it. How do you create high converting landing pages? How do you create a pipeline? How do you set up automated texts and emails, and so on? Luckily, the answer is very simple. We use the same CRM to execute everything in the sales funnels I showed you today from start to finish. It's called Marketing Tank, and we use it for ourselves and for our clients, who, by the way, we've driven over $304 million in revenue for. So not to toot our own horn, but when it comes to helping small businesses grow, we use what we know works, and Marketing Tank works. So let me show you just a couple of the many ways you can use it to execute the sales funnels we've talked about today. And if you are interested, you can do a free trial of it using the link below. So first of all, Marketing Tank comes with the funnels that we've talked about today already built in and set up in there for you. You just have to go in and customize things to fit your branding and offerings, which I'll show you how to do in a second. But when it comes to setting up the funnel and the automations and the pipelines, that will all already be done for you when you get Marketing Tank, which is a huge time saver for business owners because the framework is already set up. So with the funnel and website builder, you can create a custom landing page with drag and drop tools, making it super easy even for people who have never built a landing page before. You just click sites down here on the left and then websites, and then either click new website if you haven't made one yet, or if you have and just want to make a new page, click inside your website and click add new page. From there, you can create your page from scratch with the easy drag and drop tools, or you can do what I would do and choose from one of the hundreds of pre-made templates already in there made for you and just edit them from there to match your branding. Either way, all you do is go over here on the left and drag any element you want over here: text, images, forms, videos, surveys, calendars, pop-ups, custom products, dynamic products, whatever you want. And you can toggle between desktop and mobile view so you can see how your landing page will look on both, which is super important with the amount of people who do everything from their phones these days. You can also hit this button here to paste your Facebook pixel code so that Facebook can track the people landing on this page. You'll want to add that to your landing page and thank you pages so that you can optimize your pixel for appointments appointments booked or e-commerce store purchases like we talked about. Then back on the main site screen, you can see we have a form and survey builder here. So you can create the form or survey that these people are filling out on your landing page. With the form and survey builders, it's a similar story. You can create customized lead forms with the same easy drag and drop tools. You can customize your forms and surveys here too to match your specific branding. And again, you can add custom questions so that you ask the right ones necessary to ensure that you're getting qualified leads. And like we talked about earlier, depending on your industry, you might find that a survey or application is more effective than a traditional simplistic lead form is at qualifying your leads and disqualifying people who are not a good fit. So you can create all of that here in just a few clicks. Based on how people answer your lead form, you can then set conditions to tell Marketing Tank where to send those people next. You want to disqualify people here and move the qualified leads along to the next part of your funnel. And remember, only qualified leads should reach your calendar page. Unqualified leads should not be sent here. You can send unqualified leads to a different thank you page. And again, Marketing Tank makes this super easy to set up. Then over here on the left where it says calendars, you can create a calendar and embed it anywhere within your website or funnels so that clients can schedule appointments seamlessly based on your availability. And you can also integrate these calendars with Google, Outlook, or Apple calendars if you need to. This is the calendar that will appear on the thank you page qualified leads are sent to. Once a lead books an appointment, their meeting information will be recorded in the appointments tab where you can view all upcoming appointments with leads and edit any information as needed, as well as reschedule or delete appointments if necessary. And then the last thing I want to show you are the automated email and text sequences. This is huge. Marketing Tank comes with these already set up for you. So you just have to edit them to match your specific branding and offerings. So let's take a look at one as an example. You'll click automations, pipeline new leads, and then workflow, new lead nurture. And you'll be taken to this editable workflow. So this is the nice thing when you sign up for Marketing Tank, this automation is already set up for you with templates in place. Otherwise, you'd be looking at a blank screen here. Almost all of the heavy lifting is already done. And you just have to go in and edit these templates to match your brand, offerings, etc. So for example, when you click on the day one email, it's a welcome email that readdresses how you're going to solve their pain points and achieve their goals with a link to the free training. The day one text message echoes the same message in fewer words. The day two email and text highlights a problem your customer is struggling with, shows them you understand what they deal with and that you know how to solve it, and so on and so forth. We have these automations already set up for you in all of the places we've outlined that you'll need them in our sales funnel. So that is something that is usually a huge headache and extremely time consuming for business owners, especially if you've never dabbled in setting up automations before. So that's why we've made automations really easy and user-friendly for you in Marketing Tank. So these are just a few of the ways you can use Marketing Tank. The reality is it's an all-in-one customer acquisition system. It was built because of the hole we saw in the marketplace for a CRM that did everything we needed it to do for businesses. We couldn't find one. So we made our own with business owners like you in mind. So again, if you want to check that out in a free trial, the link will be down below.